This interview is brought to you by Zscaler.
Hi, I'm Laura Manweiler, staff writer at GovCIO Media Research. Today, I'm at the Zscaler Public Sector Summit, and I'm joined by Robert Roser, the CISO, CDO, and Director of Cybersecurity at the Idaho National Laboratories. Welcome.
Hi, thank you. Nice to be able to chat with you.
Yes, definitely. Can you talk to me a little bit of the current cybercrime trends you're noticing?
Yeah, there's a bunch going on. I mean, so first, I talked about earlier in my talk, right, is how people are leveraging AI to do bad behavior. So the easiest and most obvious use is to use it to build very realistic either voice or spear phishing campaigns to compromise somebody's credentials, and then from there go ahead and gain access. The other one is these malicious actors that used to be not very good can now be very good with AI. AI can actually teach them the technical stuff, shortfalls that they don't have, and allow them to launch a very sophisticated campaign without a lot of training, if you will. So those are two of the big ones. You see ransomware everywhere. It's always in the news. Supply chain is potentially the one that worries me the most because it's where you have the least amount of control, and its impact to an organization can be devastating. And then because of our mission, I worry about specific attacks on critical infrastructure, right, and to be able to keep working through those sorts of things.
So what are you doing at INL, and what can federal agencies in general do to combat this?
Yeah, so we've had problems, right? This isn't my first time where we had a significant event, right? And so we had a significant event back in 2020 that shortly after I took over as CISO, and that event basically gave me, number one, a roadmap of what I had to work on, and potentially more importantly, who I needed to work with. So at that point, we switched to a zero trust. Well, we didn't switch. We started down the road to a zero trust paradigm, starting to sort of do all of the fundamentals that we weren't doing. So just simple things like multi-factor authentication on everything. You know, identity is the most important thing, and to know who the person is and how they come in. What is the status of a person's device? Is it been properly patched or not? And do you those sorts of things. Tag your data so you know what kind of data somebody has, and then use the context around a person's login. Are they logging in at their normal time? Are they coming from some country that you don't expect? Those sorts of things, and then use that information, that context, to basically tweak what you're either going to give or deny them access to, him or her.
So that's at the agency level. What about the federal employee individual level? What can they do?
First of all, be mindful of what you click in terms of your links, right? Don't just go ahead. I get a lot of people saying to me, I'm too busy to worry about links, and I'm just going to click and you can't stop me. Please, I hope I can stop you. At some level, we haven't gotten this through, I think, in the general public, but cybersecurity is everybody's problem and everybody's responsibility. It's not just the cybersecurity team. Our job is to protect the enterprise, but everybody has a role in protecting that enterprise.
You talked a little bit on your panel about guardrails for AI. Can you share more about that?
Yeah, so AI is a quickly developing technology, if you will. And so we're certainly the labs, and I think all of federal government are probably adapting it at a pace that hasn't ever been seen before. And we don't have the security controls in place around it to properly protect it. So think of it this way. All of a sudden, we have a certain attack surface. Now, all of a sudden, we now allow these different large language models. We haven't done anything to our cybersecurity, but our attack surface got that much bigger. And so we're playing catch up. And so the kinds of things that you can do just initially is to train your employees to, number one, don't put sensitive data into a large language model that is a public model, first and foremost, right? And then how do you use those models for good and not as a problem? The other thing you can start to do is look at how people are using it. What are they trying to do with it? And then start to get in between a person's prompt and then the AI model, so that if you want to, you could actually stop them from sharing a piece of information or having a specific interaction. So we're getting there. We're not all the way there yet.
I love asking this question. What do you think is underreported when it comes to cybersecurity or federal cybersecurity?
Underreported? That's a good question. I think Well, let me tell you what we report, right? So I certainly don't report all of our different phishing campaigns that we experience, because if it's only targeted to, let's say, the CFO, which happens a lot, I don't bother. What we start to report is if it's a mass one that goes out to 50 or more, as just to throw a number out there, employees, where that kind of campaign might be seen out throughout the broader federal government, then we'll start to report it and share on it. I think we're not good at sharing sort of what we're seeing in the threat landscape so much, and not everybody has the ability to look at their threat landscape and break it apart. And so trying to provide the right kind of context in the moment, and then so that people can respond quickly, is something I think we still need to get better at.
I also imagine that sometimes the thing that makes the news are the cybersecurity attacks that are successful and not the ones that were blocked.
Right, that's always the case, right? Is that you only hear about the stuff. I mean, we get 1 million scans a month, I would say, a little bit more than that, right? And we have to be perfect on those, or we have a problem. So we've been breached a few times in the last year. That our teams have been able to figure it out and to stop it with no data exfiltration, and so that never makes the news per se. But and even the lab itself doesn't really know about it, right? We just do our job, and everybody keeps working and with no impact to mission. But you're right. I mean, you only hear about the bad days and not most of the good days. I know it's a great place to be.
Thank you for joining me. I can't wait to see what you guys have on the horizon.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
The future of cybersecurity starts now. At the 4th Annual Zscaler Public Sector Summit 2026, government and industry leaders came together to rethink what's possible in the fight against modern cyber threats. Together, we explored how to outpace adversaries, maximize efficiency, protect critical systems, safeguard sensitive data, and strengthen citizen trust. From protecting critical systems to driving secure innovation, Zscaler is empowering organizations to act fast and stay secure in an ever-changing threat landscape. The cyber battle is here, but together we can win. To learn more, visit zscaler.com/PubSecSummit.